So these are some of the things I'll be covering and hopefully answering for you throughout the course of this webinar. We'll look at the various options and we'll also consider some of the developments in this field also. So I'll take you through some of the elements on enforcement of child arrangements orders. We'll look at the various options, particularly set out within Section 11 of the Children Act. We'll have a look at the impact of COVID and the guidance following on from that. We'll have a look at some of the various options available in terms of meeting children. So consideration of the judge meeting with a child. And also, what do we actually mean by making available for contact, or is it to ensure contact? We'll ask ourselves that question. Sometimes, but not very often, we may have to think about committal. So that's where I'll take you through part 37 and see what some of the changes are insofar as committal applications. Now, as you know, delay can and often is prejudicial to a child's welfare, so we need to look at the balance between continuing with the proceedings versus concluding the matter if it is the case that very little relief and progress is being made. So we'll have a look at that. How have Section 9114 directions changed of late? And what about switching of live with arrangements? Is that a possibility? So we'll have a look at that. And that ties in with parental alienation. And then towards the end of the webinar, I'll take you through some of the elements surrounding the use of nesting agreements, for example, the use of activity directions in terms of payment of costs. We'll look at the family mediation voucher scheme insofar as that's concerned. Okay, so we'll see how we get on with some of those aspects. You'll also be aware that in these cases, in January this year, the President did say in the views from the President's Chambers that the MOJ, the Ministry of Justice, have extended the scope of the family mediation voucher scheme. And the President was saying that this scheme had reported that there was a 77% success rate in terms of achieving full or partial agreement. So with that in mind, we've got Practice Direction 36V, i.e. the pilot scheme, which started 30th of March last year, 2021. This has recently been extended to 30th of March 2023, so that for those persons who have attended a MIAM, either because the MIAM requirement applies or the court has directed them, and they've applied for a private children law order or financial remedy, and if funding within the scheme is available, then they are entitled to apply for a voucher which will pay towards £500 towards the cost of mediation. Okay, so again, more and more people have been taking this up, and if we can see it's an excellent initiative insofar as that's concerned.